Yes, welcome at the Cap Empire. Today, we want to talk the most important topic on how you can actualize your soul to its fullest potential. If you are stuck to superstitious belief or you are stuck into any other organizations like there's out there, the Illuminati, Freemasonry, whatsoever, you have to understand that all you are is a soul, all you are is a, a mind, all you are is the Holy Spirit. What you all need to do is to let it actualize to its fullest potential. So now I want to talk about how you can let your soul actualize to its fullest potential. That is the topic you want to talk about right now. You know, we always say we are here to learn, grow, and actualize. So, what learn, what grows, and what actualize is your soul inside your avatar. The soul is what was there from the Big Bang, the time of Big Bang, from the time of creation, where there was all that nothingness and that frequency domain start giving out space-time domain we are living in right now. So as we are in this horror, as we are living in a space-time domain, how can we let our soul actualize according to time and space for you to live, grow, and enjoy life? So I had an article I'm going to read for you, and we are going to examine it based on logic and reason on how you can actualize your soul. Yeah, I have loaded here. You already know what it is, a culture. So I'm going to do the same things, reading it for you, then interpreting what it really means and applying mathematical concepts to it on how you can actualize your soul based on what this article is saying. So it says neuroplasticity the title is neuroplasticity, harnessing your brain's ability to learn and adapt. This was written by Sarah Sachs T. So the first it says neuroplasticity is the brain's remarkable ability to recognize itself by forming new neurons connections throughout life. You see, they say it's the brain's ability to recognize itself to form new neurons. We know what the brain is matter, and it's the brain that fuels our mind. See, so what uh, what the thing that form that regenerate and form new neurons is not the neurons, it's the mind. It's the mind that every change, every reclination, every involving into new, every creation to new, every relocalization, every reclination, it all starts inside your mind. It all starts at the mathematical point, that is at the frequency domain. The numeracy is in frequency domain is when now, because remember everything that is starts from within it, it's all interpretation of all the mathematical frequencies you are holding outside the space. It's outside space and the time we are living in. So all those mathematical frequencies, once they are inside your soul, they get actualized. Once you have actualized, it means you have learned all of that, then you have choose the basis and you are now going to live for that. You see? That's why we say we are here to learn, grow, and actualize. Because learning is all about having all what you have been learned, all the truth, and use them according to your will, according to what you want to achieve. Once you have done that, then you are up for new things that are coming. If you stop learning, then it means your soul will never grow and you will not be catching up of everything that is happening here on Horus. So it's not the neurons, it's the mind, it's the soul that starts creating new frequency domains. Once it creates new frequency domains, then they get implanted in our brain's DNA, and the brain filters out the old and they become to that new created frequency. They live according to that. And the filtering mechanism is all about to help you learn and adapt. The brain's job to filter it because to learn you to help you adapt. Because you can't just be a human while you remember everything since you are a kid. All that should be coming outside your head. You can't live. It's, that's why the brain it has the job that for you to work properly, you need to have this type of information right now. That's why we say always use your reason and logic, and always know that you have archetype of the shadow and the light. And on the archetype of the shadow and light, you also have to develop those archetypes. So this is part of me, the social media. This is part of how the ground works. This is the part of how uh, the world in view how it is. You all need to have those psychic phenomena inside your head. All those most archetypes need to be developed inside you, so that once you are learning, you know that this information I'm learning is going to help me on this type part of me. This information is going to help me on this type part of me. For that, for you to use it, maybe it might be in the future or right there the time you are learning, because that is what you need to do for you to grow and actualize. So it forms new neurons connection throughout life, provide the foundation for learning new skills and adapting to change. See, as it has been planted inside your soul, as it has been planted inside your frequency domain, then even the body now, as long as the brain have filtered your soul that you need to be this type of human, then your avatar now respond according to the new you have created inside you. That's why we always say, always look within. The heaven we are talking about, it starts from within. Once you have actualized from within, then all around you is also going to be actualized, and you are going to live according to that. So the particular empowering thoughts for professions who thrive on continuous growth. You see, it says this is for professional growth and continual growth, but if you indulge yourself into the profession you are, that the mathematical formation, the mathematical change you are adapting from within, it should be for the profession to grow, for you to grow professionally. Then you end up maybe into this narcissistic disorder where you might be thinking of growing professional, growing without knowing that at the ground you have to live according to cosmic energy according to cosmos, on how things work, how things are getting related. That is the most important thing. That's why we say school is the first thing you have to go. You have to vary. Why? Because it's the only way you learn the truth. And when you are thinking, you have to think in terms of school. When you are thinking, you have to think in terms of, you have to use all the knowledge you had from school and apply it to live day-to-day life situation. That is the most important thing to take note. Once you have, like for you, if you are encouraged, that is a great thing for you to be here, because once you have learned all that, the college system is so about conditioning you to be perfect at a certain job. They don't give you this information about your psychology, how you as a human now, how are you going to live, how are you going to live with others psychologically, how are your mental ability is going to be like. They don't much focus on that. That's why we are giving you here, so that the job you might choose should be, you should love it, because you know first who you are and you know your job, and you always give the job what it needed, and you are going to enjoy your job without having any negative, because you know first who you are and you know what is not necessary for your job. So, and the other was the science behind the neuroplasticity. It's based on beliefs. It was believed to be a static organ. You see, they are a static organ like the brain itself. Yes, the brain, the number of neurons it has the same number of neurons. So what's uh, the mind? That's why it's there to fuel the mind. It can't have more. If just for example, if your brain have uh, 1 billion neurons, it can't change to have 2 billion neurons. Then another time will generate new neurons to 3,000 neurons. It can't happen like that. Then if it happen like that, it will be is completely a new. So it's a completely new creature being created. Already do have the same number of neurons getting transformed. The old living out, the new coming out, because all those same number of neurons at the basis of it, at the fundamental protocols, all that is there is a soul, is a mind, and it's the mind that helps those neurons to regenerate according to the deep inside of mathematical information it has possessed by them for it to learn, grow, and actualize. So the only way you have to help yourself to learn, grow, actualize, you can see it's all about learning new information for yourself to grow, actualize. And the brain is now understood to be dynamic, rewiring itself in response to our experience. See, and now these are now scientists. They have discovered that the brain is what dynamic. It rewires itself for it to grow actually. But the truth is, it's not the brain itself rewiring. It's the mind that is getting rewiring. It's the mind that relocalize. It's the mind that recreate. That the rewiring in here, you can use the word even relocate. See, it forms new neurons, and the brain filters that mathematical information. I mean, it forms new mathematical information inside your head, and it's that mathematical information that the brain filter and adapt according to the new mathematical information it has processed from within, and you live according to that. Because at the frequency domain, for the soul to form those new mathematical information, it first look according to the cosmic energy outside. Once it is looking at that cosmic energy, is when it forms also new mathematical information for it to adapt and grow. It can't be studied, also can no longer be studied. That's why if you have reincarnated close to many, or maybe thousand times from your past, just think of the time you were born. It's all mathematical information, relocalizing, psychologically, relocalizing until you get new avid at the age of maybe 22, at the age of 18, I mean. But still more, you also need to relocalize. You need to learn. But majority, they forgot what feed there. So in the end, they end up being trapped in the certain belief system. They end up being trapped in the materialistic system. They're so no longer fully grow, actualize. And what follows now is those other souls now from other avatars, from other people. Now they also get actualized and overpower those who are not actualizing. In the end, it's what we say, that you end up being like the one who have been left behind because you weren't ready for learning. You were trapped in a certain system. So actualize to the fullest potential. Use your reason, use your logic, look within, make an cautious, so that you know who you are and the direction you want to take God. That is that I want to tell with you guys. This your soul is like a flower, it's a blooming flower. It grows, it starts from the seed, it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going, producing new seed as new flowers. As it is keeping going, producing new flowers, the old ones get left behind. They die. You see, it's but the top root, it's within it. It's like that. The top root is the soul of it. You see, and that soul is now the flower we see is the, now you can say it is inside the brain, and the brain still filtered to produce more flowers, more flowers, until it has been cut out from the root itself on the resources it needs on the for it to grow, things like water, the basic needs now. But if it is never being cut out from those things, you can keep going, you can keep going, you can keep going for eternity. That is how your soul, like, it is here, learn, grow, and actualize. So you have to feed it with the relevant information it needed. That is that case. I love you.